What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I hope everybody's having a great day. All right, guys, I hinted in my last live stream that I had a photo of the moon coming up, and it's really interesting. You guys got to love this. And it was sent to me by my good friend Derek Baker, also known as Taft Baker. Now, what I like about him is that he's a researcher, himself. He looks for anomalies in these photos and finds some crazy stuff. Well, he sent this photo over to me and said, "Hey, Chris, what do you think of this?" And I looked at it and I said, man, and as I'm looking at it, I said, "Did you enhance it?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Okay," because I'm seeing some real crazy things in there. So he says, "Well, I've squeezed all I can squeeze out of it. It's up to you now, mate." So the whole idea is this: getting together and actually helping each other out. Now, I found something in the photo that I believe he did not see. Now, that doesn't make him an idiot. That just means he was focused on a different part of the photo, right? And the same thing with me. Now, let's say for argument's sake, he found the item and I didn't. That's perfectly fine. The idea for me is that the more eyes that are looking at it, the more that could be brought out of the photo, which means it benefits the viewers, whether they're watching this video or looking at screenshots he'll take or do of his own work. And I'm going to show you where you can find a lot of his work. It's pretty awesome. But that, to me, is the whole idea of this thing. It's the people like you that benefit from these more than one people looking at these photos and then enhancing and bringing out this stuff. Let's get started in it. Let's check this out here. I'm going to show you what he's got up here. Now, this is just only a small piece of what he's got. Now, you can see right here, credit goes to any kind of enhancements on this. And then I'm going to show you the items that I found in this photo, or not this particular one, but a larger area. Now, again, this is by Derek Baker, or Taft Baker. And you see right here, Mare Smithy, or Sea of Storms, or Ocean of Storms. I think they call it either or. So you guys will be able to just jockey back and forth on some of these things. You can see there's another area where he's looked at, so on and so forth. Okay. The photo we're looking at, this is what he sent to me, and he says it's right here at the 10 o'clock position, and it is. It's over here, and you're going to see it. It's right where this area is here. You're going to see this right here, this what looks like a crater, and a smaller one right there. The whole area right here is what we're looking at. Let me just back up a little bit. Right here, okay? It's all in this whole area. Let's have a look at that. Now, you can see this particular area right down the bottom for reference, where I said this is a much larger crater. And then, of course, you get the smaller one down here in the bottom. All right, so let's have a look at this, because this is pretty cool. Now, again, these enhancements go to him. Now, a lot of times we're just simply docking it up and to bring up more of these anomalies. And then what I did was I just took out a lot of this haze you see over here. Now, whether this is natural or put on there by NASA, JPL, whoever might have edited this originally before they showed it to the public, it's still there, and I wanted to get it out. So this way it helps bring out the other objects a little bit more, make them really pop, right? A couple things I want to show you. Even just this right here, right from the word go, look at the way this crater goes like this, comes around. It seems like it goes up like this, goes across, and then back down. You guys see that way that does that? Right here. It appears to actually go like this, come up, 90-degree angle, back over here, and back down. And guys, pause this any way you like and use your magnifying glass or your eyepiece, whatever it may be. And I'm just going to back up just a hair bit because we don't want to have it too grainy. Right there. And again, sometimes you guys will say, "Hey, man, you're not zooming in long enough and you're bouncing back out." Well, I'm trying to give people both perspective. So, in other words, a little bit further out, so therefore the object's a little bit clearer, and then go in a little bit. So just pause it wherever you want, and if you see something right off the bat, just go ahead and pause it. The idea is not to get in too close. We don't want to be into the fabric of the photo and start bringing out, kinds of compression artifacts, so on and so forth. Okay, so you've got that right off the bat. Now check this out right here. Now you guys see this right here, this object on this pad right there. Now you can see right here there's a shadow to this object. It looks like it's doing this. It almost looks like this weird hand or something coming out of the center. You guys see that? In fact, let's do this. Let's go ahead and sharpen this up a little bit. See if we can bring out just a hair better. You see that? I'll zoom in for you guys. See that? You can literally see the object. It's just, like I said, it's literally coming off this. It's literally doing this or something like that. And it has this black or darker base and has a shadow right here. See that? And like I said, we'll just go ahead and clear it up a little bit. All right. It's like I said, guys, it's these weird things that pop out that this is not natural. There's something way down here. Not sure what to make of this. Look at this right here. Well, it looks like some kind of weird white base to it. And it looks like an oval opening. And something sticking straight out of it doing this. See that? Well, let me do this. And we'll go ahead and sharpen that up. See that? All right. Now, to me, a lot of these things that are sticking out, oh my God, it's the things that you don't expect to see. In other words, you got to really pay attention to the objects in question because, you know, sometimes it looks like a crater, but you can see what looks like little legs on it. Like these white pads. I've been calling them that for the longest time, for lack of a better word, right? It's a pad, and usually has some kind of weird, like, dome-type thing on it, or it's some kind of oval piece sitting on it. Now, these things are not very detailed because we're still a distance away from the moon, right? Listen, guys, I can go to any observatory here in my own state or any other state, good observatory, and they're not going to get the quality that you're seeing here. And the reason for that is because, first of all, you still have the Earth's atmospheric distortions, and you're still 238,000 miles away from the moon. The LRO is not. It's 75 miles above the lunar surface. Which one are you going to trust more? One at the observatory or one right here that's closest to the moon? There you go, right? Here's another object right here. It looks like it has some kind of weird base to it. I'm going to zoom into this in a second, guys. And then there's something on top of that, almost like this mushroom-shaped piece on top of that. Let me zoom in for you guys. You guys can have a better look. All right, so what I decided to do is darken this up a little bit, get rid of some of the haze, like I said. Here's a perfect example. Look at this. This object right here. Look at the shape of this thing, and you can see right here, it's kind of hazed out right there. Look at the way this thing goes like this, comes around, back out like this, and perfectly round. Look at the way that thing is shaped, and you can see where they hazed it out, like they just went over it, like just quickly over the whole photo, but you can see something dark right there, right on this tongue. I'm going to call it a tongue, and see the way it's shaped coming out, and then you can see this thing goes like this, and the inside. Seriously, what is that, guys? Look at this. We'll go ahead again. We'll go ahead and see that. That's actually pretty cool. The idea is to bring this stuff out. Now, let's go to the bottom of this photo because this is where it gets really cool. Now, I'm going to put this up on my Flickr page so you guys can actually see this and analyze it. I'm going to take some up-close photos, so look for them tomorrow. Won't be enough time here for me tonight to do all of these as far as doing the enhancements as well as screenshots, close-ups, and everything else, and I'll throw them up for you guys so you guys can actually check them out yourselves. This is cool because when I started seeing this, I was just like, oh, my God. Okay, look at this item right here. You know what this reminds me of? This piece here looks like a giant water tower. That's the best thing I can call it right here. Let me zoom into that. See the way this thing has what looks like a base to it, right? Has this almost like shadow type feature, and it comes up like this and goes like this. See that? Back out just a hair bit. Let's do it this way. It's a lot easier, so we can just go just a hair and still see that. See that? The objects in here, to me, just like, they're not natural. There's just no way around that. There's just, look at this. This is what I mean by, like, these things or these edges coming off these items. Like this one right here. Notice this thing has a corner. Check this out. See this a little bit clearer. Notice right here, this thing has a completely nice, smooth radius front. Goes like this. Look at the shape of it. Goes like this. The other side does the same. What's the chances of that? Look at it. See the way that goes up? Like this. Goes around perfectly round. Comes out and does the same thing on the other side. And check the way this thing does this. Something goes off to the side. Okay. Yeah, this is not normal, guys. This is not natural at all. And like I said, when I'm done with this photo, you guys are gonna see something really cool that I found, and it jumped right out at me. Okay, so I burned up most of this other garbage off. Now, again, pause this any way you guys want. Use your magnifiers. Because this stuff in here is this, you can see like these little, like I said, little pads and things coming off of them and all kinds of crazy pieces. And that's what I find interesting. There's something over here. Check this out. This is supposed to be a crater, and yet it looks like it has height to it. Look at this. Right here. Okay? Yet, it looks like it drops down like it's very tall. See that? And look at the object right here in the bottom. Objects. This looks like it's almost got an octagon shape kind of thing going to it. Kind of distorted shape, but regardless. See this? Okay. And like I said, you can usually tell a crater when you see it, right? You can see like this, probably a crater or something there. What I find a little weird is that usually in a crater you'll find like a rock in the center. And that's what makes the crater, because and then of course you got your ejector going off in all directions and making a giant hole in the ground. Well, I don't understand all of this in the middle of it, but don't really have to, right? Here's another piece. Look at this right here. What's with the little, and the way that things are shaped, right? Here. And because I can't go over every piece in here, I'm going to just like stop, pause it. You guys can have a look, right? Because it would take an extremely long time to do this video if I was to point out each of these objects sitting in here. And of course, you guys will get the close-ups of this, so you guys don't have to worry about if I missed a couple things, whatever it may be. Let me show you what really caught my eye that to me is like, it just seals it for me. Let's go back to the original right here. Now, do you guys see anything with this area right here? I'm going to go ahead and circle it, and then we're going to zoom right in. Okay. This area here is what caught my eye. I'll tell you why. Again, you have to think in depth. Not just a 2D, but a 3D, right? If you look at right here, you can see this right here. Okay, I'm going to go like this. Come around. Okay. Now, the funny part to this is that you can see what looks like there's shadows under this. This whole area right here is raised off the ground. How do I know that? Well, look at this. Look at the actual shadows underneath this. And you're going to see this a lot better in a moment. I circled the top here. You can see this right here. All this line right here. Okay? And you can see the shadows underneath that. See that? Right there, this piece popping out, there's a shadow underneath. This area in between, this area here, right there. And it's popping out to show that shadow to that piece sticking out. Now, what I also noticed is that you've got these small structures right here. Check this out. It looks like a square area right here with something sticking right out of it. Looks like it has a ball at the top, comes down. Look at this object right here. Appears to be almost round in shape, but it also comes down. You can see where they've taken, you can actually see where they've taken some of this out, where it looks like right here, where they made it this all dark, and the rest of it is not. Right here, see it? You see, like, it looks like two little round circles, and then you've got what looks like a round piece right here, and something right on the top of it. Now, let's back out a little bit. These items all in here, again, right here. I mean, guys, all you got to do is just analyze this. And now I want you to understand, too, once you do this, what you want to do is you want to look at the smaller, darker areas, too. Because usually, like I said, and this is a perfect example, you can see this right here of this item. You can see half of it is a little bit darker. The other half is lighter. Up here is lighter, up here is darker. So you don't want to miss the whole item. This is why you have to pay attention to both dark and light areas, right? So here's another item. I'm not sure what to make of this thing, but it's there. Right here. Right there. Okay? Now, let's enhance this thing. Let me just back up a little bit and start getting into this. Okay. Now, we can see the shadows better now, right here. You see where it's doing this right here, right there, coming out. You can see the shadows to this area here. Well, didn't do that very smooth. It's literally coming out like this. So you've got this top piece doing this. Okay, and you get the shadows going underneath. Now, look at these items a little bit better now. This, to me, reminded me of some kind of dome right here. You can see it, and you'll see this a little bit better in a minute, with these pieces sticking right up, right next to it. With these other whiter pieces right there. Okay. Let me jump out of it a little bit. Now let's enhance this thing a little bit better. I'm gonna what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and show you some filters right here. Check this out. I'll show you the finished one right here. Okay. To me, this shows absolute structures. This whole area. It appears, like I said, this whole area is off the ground. This whole thing. Okay. Look at the way this thing is shaped here. It goes like this. And you can see what looks like these pieces going off into other pieces here. Do you see that? That, to me, just blew my mind. Look at the way this thing is shaped, guys. Look at this. It's there. You can see it right there. You've got this piece here. Now that I see this even better, this actually looks like it comes up like this. Like there's some base right here. I don't know if you guys can see this. Right here. Literally doing this. You can see like the ground or the area. But what struck out for me just now is it looks like this big piece right here going down like this into a base. See it? This piece sticking out right there. Literally coming up like this, has a white dot at the end and going like this. That is insane, guys. Check this out. It looks like we have two items right here. In fact, let's see if we can tilt this here a little bit for you guys. Okay. This might make it a little bit easier for you guys. Check this out. It looks like this piece here is actually shaped like this here. See that? And goes right behind. But there's something, got a black base, comes up and looks like it's got a, and another lighter one here with something else sticking straight out. See that? Yeah. Check that out. To me, guys, I mean, listen, you can literally see, I can see it very faintly. I don't know if you guys can see this right here. There's a line going like this and one going like this. In other words, this is in a hole, this area right here. This whole area down in the bottom here appears to be a lower level. And it would make sense if this thing is, if this area here is literally casting a shadow, and you can see it under here. See that? So if it's casting a shadow, it's reasonable to believe that this is a lower area, and it would make perfect sense. Again, look at the items all in this area here. Guys, this stuff is all over the place. There was another item here I wanted to show you guys. Remember I showed you this here, and I don't know if I'll even find it. I'd have to look for it better, but where I said right here, and it looks like it goes up like this, goes over, and then back down, and then around. Is it possible there's a way underneath this thing where it raises up, and it comes back out under it? You know, is this a dome itself? And this is what we're seeing is the entranceway. In other words, let's suppose, and this is just pure speculation, guys, you know that. Let's suppose this area right here on the top is a complete dome. And because this thing is raised up on this side, and we can see through this glass dome, is it possible that, and this area right here is the entranceway to go like this, go underneath and come back out the other side? Is that possible? Again, pure speculation. Okay. There's something else. I'm trying to figure out where the other one is. Look, here's another one right here. What is with these supposed craters with these kind of weird shapes to them? Look at it. Notice how this has this weird light, or is it a reflection of something metal? See that? Come on, guys. Look at that. That's cool. And you can see this right here. I can see it as plain as day. Again, this is Taft's enhancements to the photo, and I can see that as plain as day. So kudos for him for doing this enhancements on this. And again, it has what looks like this reflection, or is it a light? What is that? Okay. And like I said, I've seen multiple things like that. Look at like this object here. It almost had that weird octagon shape to it. See it? And even if it's not, there's something right there in the middle of it. Yeah. This item right here. You got this piece right here, but what's in the middle? See, it looks like they kind of like hazed it out or something, because it's like half hazed, like they've done something to the photo. See that? This item right here. It looks like it's literally off the ground. Not all of it, but check this out. Looks like there's space underneath this. Of course, that made it a little bit fuzzy. So it should be like this. See that? What is that? It looks like it's got space underneath this item. How about this one? Look at the way this thing is right here. It's pretty square and got angular kind of shapes to this crater, don't you think? See that? Like I said, guys, there's tons of stuff in here to see. Of course, like I said, I just distorted this by actually turning this. Let's go ahead and move this back. Whoops. Right there. The actual ridge line or the terminator line is always going to be like that. It's going to have that weird look to it. But check this out. Here's another item. Look at the way these things are made right here. They always seem to have that weird shape to them, like a tongue. Like I said, it's not completely round. You've got this going around, going like this, and then it's got this piece sticking out like this here. Okay? Almost like, and something sticking out of here. What the hell is that? Have no clue. Back out. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think, man. You know, a lot of times people will scoff at these photos. Oh, he's just enhancing photos. Yeah, you're darn right I will. And the reason for that is you're going to see a lot more detail than anybody else will ever see. I don't care. Like I said, if I went down to my local observatory right now, I would not see these things as clear as it's showing here. Now, do you have to enhance it sometimes to get these things to pop better? Absolutely. Like I said, I'm not sure about this haze all in this areas. See this? But I'm going to show you guys close-ups of this area like this, meaning the natural will actually been enhanced a little bit as far as just by contrasting, right? And I'm going to show you that. Again, here's that part that really stuck out for me right there. And you can see what looks like these objects right here. Just have a look at the way they connect. Look at like these areas right in here. This is pretty cool. Right here. Look at the way these little pieces are inside here. You got this piece right here. See that? See that? Seriously? Look at the way this looks like a landmass or something doing this. And you can see what looks like these weird dome structures or round structures or whatever they may be, as well as these other objects. Just take your time with them. When I put them up there, like I said, give me another day just to put all of these up there. I know you guys are probably already paused to look at this stuff anyway. But, yeah, I mean, take a look at every little thing on here. You can't tell me that these are all craters. They're simply not. Like I said, you guys can be the judge. You tell me what you see here. I'm seeing what looks like structures everywhere. Like it's some big city. This might even be a domed area. I'm not even sure. And again, pure speculation. But it just seems that way when you see all of these other objects in here. It seems that it just seems like it's structural. Look at this. Even sticking out on this peninsula of this island, I'm going to call it like a raised island kind of thing. There's something that looks like it's round right here. Has this oval type thing shape on it. See it? And all the intricate little pieces all on the bottom. All these little things, like there's one right here. All these little pieces have a look. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let you guys look these over again. Just like I said, just give me another day, and I'll put these up there on my Flickr for you guys. And a big thanks to Taft Baker for allowing me to use the photo, or at least his enhanced photos, and it's much appreciated. And like I said, you can also go to, as I said, I'm going to give you guys the links to this here, his page. You guys can check his stuff out. And again, you can see right here, you can see all of these photos, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. See it? So he's got quite a bit of work he's done, and you guys can follow him. He'll tell you exactly where you can find him. He's on a Facebook page as well. Check his stuff out. He does good work, man. No doubt about it. So anyway, guys, let me jump off of this. I'm going to let you guys rock and roll. Let me know what you guys think in here. Are we seeing just lunar craters? I don't believe so, in my humble opinion. We've seen way too many of these things, what look like pads, and these objects sitting on the pads, items sticking straight out of the center of them. I think we're actually seeing what's left of alien structures, and they may actually still be inhabitants on the moon. It's hard to tell. But if our elite are talking to people on the moon, it would make sense that there are, right? So anyway, guys, give me your thoughts. Drop your thoughts below. You guys know that. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And like and definitely share the video. It's always good to see the work getting out, because more people need to see this stuff. And this is the reason why Taff and I do this. We'll go back and forth. He'll see some stuff on mine, and he'll share it on his page, and vice versa. And that's what it's all about, to get more eyes to see the stuff in the photos and to get it out so you, the people, can actually get more out of them, right? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Always appreciated. And I'll see you on the flip side.